Hey, David, are we ahead of schedule or behind?
We have plenty of time.
We do? Let's duck in this BMV branch and we'll say thanks to a few people. It's not a surprise inspection.
Hello.
I was just ahead of schedule, so I came in to say thanks for what y'all are doing. Mitch, Daniel, how are you?
I know.
What's your name?
Latanya.
Latanya, don't listen to this. Are they doing a good job for you so far?
Doing a wonderful job. It is so nice to meet you.
It's nice to see you too. Oh, it's a customer. Don't let me get in the way.
Sorry,
Huh?
we didn't interrupt, Governor.
No, hi. Mitch. What's your
Nice to
name?
meet you. I'm Chris Boyd.
Hi, Chris. All right. Well, I'm not really here to. Yeah, I am. Yeah. I want to see how they're doing. So I'm going to check with you after. Okay. All right. Don't let me slow you down. I know you're on the clock. You know we keep track of exactly how long everybody's in the branch every day, and so then you know then we like it when they get it shorter and shorter. Patricia, it says. Hi, Patricia.
Hello.
Mitch, I'm fine. Thank you for what you're doing here.
Oh, thank you.
For the last several months now, the only letters or calls I get about the BMV is people going, gee, what happened? You know?
Yep.
Hi, Governor Daniels. How are you?
I'm fine. You are?
I am Danita.
Danita. Hi, Danita.
Hi.
I'll let you.
Don't slow down. She's on the clock.
I'll let you look at the receipt when you're done to see how long it was.
Oh, it's right on the receipt.
Yeah.
Mitch Daniels, my name.
Mitch.
Hi.
How you
I'm your friendly BMV greeter for today.
That's great. I didn't expect
And
you
work,
to be here
work-
today, and I
well,
didn't expect calls.
work with Danita here because she's one of our very finest. I mean, Tish is too. But I thought we had a state law that said you couldn't have a attractive picture on a driver's.
Have you checked yours?
Oh, you don't want to see.
Yeah.
So, Chris, we're going to need to get this picture reshot. So, let's see. Let's see all that stuff. Oh, here you go. 7 minutes and 46 seconds. You're under the state average. That's not bad, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Yep.
Take care. Right into the studio.
Hey,
you
Ben.
doing?
I'm fine.
Good to see you. You just let me know when you're ready, and we'll tell him to cue me, and we'll be in good shape.
How long are we talking here?
Probably 15 minutes.
Sure.
You got 15?
Oh, yeah. I just didn't know if we were doing, little bitty sound bites so we could actually answer the question.
This is more of a conversation.
Okay.
I think we actually have closer to 20. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
He's ready. All right. Governor Mitch Daniels joining us here in the studio for the next few minutes. Governor, welcome. Good of you to join us.
Thanks, Mark.
You've accomplished so much in these past 4 years. You even acknowledged that in your commercials that there have been so many changes. It's been dizzying. What's the biggest thing you wanted to accomplish but haven't?
The box we cannot really claim to have checked yet is educational attainment. Either of our adults, where we're 44th in America in post-secondary degrees, or our young people whose academic achievements still just are not what they're going to need to be. So that's right at the top of my list.
And of the education proposals that you have set forth, which one is most important to you? Is it giving teachers more authority in the classroom?
That's very important, but if you ask me to rank them, I would say short term, moving more dollars to the classroom is such a huge opportunity. Again, with something like 61 cents of the dollar is all that gets into the classroom, and that's a very generous definition, by the way. They count the cost of the school board in there. So, I mean, there's just a ton of money that could go to have pay more teachers, pay teachers better, make textbooks less expensive, special instruction for the children who are struggling. It both haunts and excites me how huge that opportunity is. 1%. We're spending so much now. 1% is $110 million. You can hire over 2,000 teachers with that amount of money. So if we can even make marginal improvements in the efficiency, I think we'd see some results pretty soon. We have the third worst ratio in America of teachers as a percent of total employees. Only 46% of the employees of Indiana schools are teaching anybody, and we can do better than that.
Do you agree with the thesis that's been put forward by some that this election is less your ideas versus Jill Long Thompson's and more a referendum on you?
I don't think so. I think it may be a referendum on change, and whether you are comfortable with it or not, and whether you feel that real progress has been made or not. But, you know, I'm campaigning on the future. We've certainly tried to make sure people had good information about the change that has happened. But as you know, right now, our entire emphasis is on new ways to protect taxpayers and ways to improve K-12 education, how we get more of our middle-income kids affordably to college and ideas like that.
We will pause there. We'll be back with more with Governor Mitch Daniels in just a moment. Good job.
After we sell something.
Welcome back. Another segment with Governor Mitch Daniels. Your opponent says that this foreign consortium is not running the toll road as well as it could, and B, that they are going to have decades of profits that should have been the states. She thinks it's an irresponsible decision. I know you and I have talked about this before, and I'm going to guess you would say the state never made money off of it in the first place, so why would we think that the state would make money off of it looking forward?
Yeah. Well, there's a reason this is being copied around the country and being described as one of the great coups of all time. It was. We were losing money on the toll road. We have locked in an enormous gain for the state. We were lucky, by the way, to have moved when we did. Today, you wouldn't get nearly as good a deal. Pennsylvania is trying to do the same thing, and they got offered I think, a very good deal. But compared to the revenue or the net on their toll road, we got twice as good a deal. I'm sorry to say that there's still, I guess, some innocent confusion among some people. But most people have now waked up to the fact that Indiana alone among the 50 states is on top of its infrastructure problem. The rest are desperately looking for bailouts from Washington, watching bridges crumble. We're going to break records every year for 10 years. Nobody paid a penny of taxes or a penny of borrowing. And the tolls on the toll road are at 1985 levels for another several years for passenger cars. What else can you buy at the same price as 85? That doesn't count $4 billion invested in the toll roads. They're already building new lanes, Easy Pass, which we would have waited another generation for. Now, they're losing money right now. We have captured a profit dozens of times more anything we ever got in 50 years of the toll road. And we are investing it in permanent assets that will be there for our children and grandchildren. One of I think the most ironic things anybody ever says is, you sold an asset. No, we own it, we always will.
It's leased.
We are buyers of assets. We are going to, if you love permanent public assets, you should love this deal, because we're going to, as Hoosiers, own $4 billion more of them without any taxing or borrowing than we ever would have.
All right, we have to leave it there. We're out of time. Governor, I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Mark.
And we'll be back with Jill.
Illinois House, leasing the lottery. Speaker Michael Madigan calls the chamber back to consider proposal to lease it for generating funds for a broad public works program. Sound familiar, doesn't it? Ossian Park, shovel ready. The one we did in Versailles yesterday was a shovel ready park. So the first new business, you know, and Barb, right? I was here once before.
Yeah, you were.
How's business? Okay?
Really good.
Is it?
Not too bad.
I'm just going to go buy a cup of coffee. And
Okay.
I didn't say hi. Sorry, Mitch.
Hi, I'm Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. How you like the park so far?
Oh, we love it. We
Yeah.
come up every day.
Oh, so this is one of your favorites?
We've been to probably almost all the state parks over the years.
Uh-huh.
And they're better now than they were 5 years ago.
The online reservation works really well too. I don't know if you
Yeah.
noticed it, but they pack up. The parks are full. You have to register.
Yeah. You know a little story about that?
Yeah.
When we got there, I was always bugged when I kept hearing from different businesses that, the state government was contracting out of state. So we brought a ton of things back in. That's one of them.
Is that right?
That's good.
Until 3 years ago, if you called for the reservation,
Maryland,
you were talking to Maryland.
Yes, indeed.
I said, "What is up with that?" And by the way, when we said we're going to do this in Indiana, that company picked up and moved.
Oh, how about
Good.
Really? Oh, that was
They did, and so at least last I checked, they were serving other customers out of Indiana now. But anyway, yeah, that's a Hoosier you're talking to now.
Yeah, very good.
Mitch Daniels in Indiana calling, left a similar message on your cell phone. Really just want to let you know how thrilled Indiana is to be able to compete for the business, the new investment that you're planning somewhere. I just want to make sure we're doing all we can to be responsive to your requests and put the very best proposition possible in front of you and your company. I'm traveling at the moment, can be reached back if you like on my cell. You may see the top of this pen that just fell off here.
I got a ton of pens in my bag.
It was just in my hand. Can't have gone far.
You just want to trade me out?
No, I want to find the one I lost. Sort of waste not, want not. One of those maddening little things in life. Well, that's wonderful, Elaine. You know, we took this very sudden, very hard hit when $5 diesel stopped the RV industry cold. This is going to be very useful in the area around Elkhart, Indiana, which is the center of that industry and the center, therefore, of our problems right now, and it'll be very well targeted. Right next door to that area is the heart of really the world's capital of the orthopedics industry, the high-tech devices, and they need about 1,000 workers. But you're going to have to get retrained in order to make the move from one industry to the other. So this is great news. We're really appreciative, and we will, us out here, we'll spend it carefully. That'll be terrific. Thank you very, very much. Talk to you later. Bye. Ka-ching.
You get a grant?
Yeah, it's for the displaced workers at Elkhart. In the meantime, this guy called me back, so I just wanted to let you know how truly excited we are and appreciative for a chance to compete. I wanted to just check with you and make sure that our people were doing all that they're supposed to do and doing it as quickly as they need to, so you can have the facts you need to make a good call. Well, I'm very glad to talk to you. You got both my numbers, including this cell phone. I'm serious in saying don't hesitate to use it if anything goes too slow for you or there's some problem that's not getting resolved. You just call me. Rob, this must be the place. Governor, Torch is here.
What do you know about that?
Everybody knows. You said fired anything else lately? How you doing? Nice to see you.
You felt like I got burned up.
Yeah.
I still got the bandage.
Let me see. Ouch.
Yeah. I'm all healed though.
Yeah, well.
You never stop learning.
Huh? Who throws gasoline on a charcoal fire? Huh?
You got a camera here. I don't know what.
My dad was, who was the original measure twice, cut once guy. Very careful. Everything I wish he could never quite teach me. I was always too much of a hurry and have to, redo things. So anytime he ever made a mistake, it handed down in family lore for years because there were so few. But he did that once. He threw gas and he was trying to, goose up a charcoal fire and really burned himself worse than you did. We never let him forget it. Hi.
Governor, good seeing you, sir. Rodney Clare is my name.
Rodney, thank you for serving. So tell me what your job entails. This seems like, it sounds like one of those dream jobs. Tell me about it.
Well, any job with the DNR can be a dream job,
right.
Certainly. But primary interest is focusing on the education of the children that come out here for Indiana studies of Indiana history. This land is your state historic site.
So the title is actually in the state?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
It wasn't clear from things I had been reading whether, I knew that we were operating the site, but I wasn't clear whether we actually owned the land itself.
Yes, this site in the historic home from 1914 was given to the state in the 40s.
Hey, look at that.
The Indiana Heritage Trust is pleased and honored to be part of this project to protect the island's natural resources, its history as the Boy Scouts Camp Big Island, and the unique, even endangered flora and fauna located there. Governor Mitch Daniels.
So many dimensions of this that we ought to praise. It starts, of course, with the remarkable partnership, the self-help. That's a Hoosier ethic. And all the times in which people here have acted on their own to take leadership, and which drew partners, sometimes the state and sometimes other private entities, but to solve problems and then to build something great.
You were talking earlier about the importance of the outdoors in people's lives. What do you make of that?
First of all, we need to protect the natural beauty God gave us here in Indiana. Secondly, a lot of our young people don't come as naturally into contact with nature as they once did. And third, it really has something to do with our economic success as a state. When we're trying to bring businesses to Indiana, as I was doing twice already today, I don't mention our natural beauty, our trails projects, and our parks and facilities like this is a good reason why talented people might want to live here. So, Giselle.
Keeping the cut. Yes, sir.
I am your humble servant. Tell me what to do.
Right over here.
All right.
He's going to lead the program.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for coming.
No, absolutely. A teacher recently introduced me to her kids as the principal of the state.
Oh, okay.
They understood that better.
All right.
Jack, good meeting you, sir.
So I know Governor Daniels' initiatives on physical fitness are well known, and to that end, I would have him come up and address that and probably anything else he'd like to talk about.
So I was just asking Jeff, I said, how long did you say you'd been in public office? He said, 10 years. I said, and you hadn't yet learned how to take credit for things you didn't have anything to do with? Actually, it's admirable that he hasn't. I've only been at it 4 years, and I haven't learned either, and I hope I never do. I didn't have anything to do with this either, except the most indirect way. I'm here to say congratulations and to celebrate with you. Just coincidentally, I've just come from Rome City. Not a trail, but a similar project. They have found a way to preserve a beautiful island that used to be a Boy Scout camp. And we're taking it under the protective wing of the DNR and conserving it for all time. And just like here, this was done almost entirely by private citizens. I just hope no one here takes for granted what has been achieved and what is being achieved by your businesses and your community leadership and your public leadership. Great folks like Mayor Wiggins.
It's really a pleasure meeting you, and I just love what you're doing with Indiana.
Well, I thank you. Well, you're nice to say. It's a start, and we don't claim more than that, but we think we're gaining on it. Hey, buddy, you want to help, huh? Yeah.
I'm really strong.
Yeah, are you strong? Are you? You look strong. Can you hold up high, John? Hold up high. That's good.
Good job.
That's a good one.
Hold it tight. There you go.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Say cheese.
All right.
Governor, good to see you.
It's been a pleasure.
Hello, how are you?
You gotten any sleep lately, or is it
nonstop?
Is it on, Matt? Everybody good? Okay. Okay, Governor, tell us first of all about what you're here for today. This goes along with what you've been preaching for a long time about the importance of exercise.
Well, it is. It's about exercise and wellness. It's about conserving and protecting and revering our natural beauty in the state. And as I mentioned here, it's not unrelated to jobs and what we're trying to bring.
This major announcement about RV manufacturers, can you say anything about it? Was that what you were meeting about this morning?
No, but I spoke to the U.S. Secretary of Labor a little bit afternoon. She called to tell me that my request has been granted to the extent of more than $10 million, plus the money we provided from the state. There's really now plenty of money for every single person who's been displaced, who would like to pursue their education, job counseling, training in a new skill. And I hope that many folks will take advantage of it. We got great jobs waiting, many of them right here in Warsaw, but folks will need to learn a new skill to earn them. We are continuing, even in a bad national economy, to land new businesses. Yesterday in the little town of Versailles, a Honda supplier came. It's the biggest thing that town's seen in many, many years. Last week in Sealyville, a little town near Terre Haute, Kellogg Company, big investment. Tomorrow we'll be opening in North Manchester, the ethanol plant. So there's lots of momentum, but we just can't stop for a day because the national economy not helping us out.
How are you feeling with less than 2 months to go now?
Well, I'm feeling gratified that first of all, I think that Hoosiers are embracing change. They're seeing that if we act on our problems, we don't solve them all immediately, but we have made a huge improvement. We're doing much better than any neighboring state. Secondly, I'm getting very positive reaction to the new ideas we're proposing. Can I ask you for something to eat?
Sure can.
Mitch, by the way.
Janine,
Hi,
nice to meet you.
Janine. 2 eggs over easy with bacon and whole wheat toast. Thank you very much. Just wanted to say good morning. Yeah,
Good
Mitch.
morning, Governor. How you
A
doing?
White Sox fan. I'm all right. Hello, ma'am.
Hi. How are you?
I'm well.
I'm really a Cubs fan.
she won this hat at bingo.
Hey, you know, I'm a Dodger fan, and they could wind up playing in the playoffs, in which case the Cubs will beat them. But I'm sad to say, but after the Dodgers are gone, and I'll be a Cubs fan. I mean, if being a Cubs fan is it's sort of American, you know.
Yeah. And the Dodgers went to L.A. They lost me.
They lost a lot of people.
In Evansville, in New York. They were. So how did everything go for you?
Pretty well, you know. Had out on a couple-day trip and got some good things going on. We had, you know, some new businesses coming to the state. We're going to open the new ethanol plant over here at North Manchester in a little while.
Jeff Royne is over here. They just had obviously.
Oh, good.
Got the fly-in going on right now.
Yeah, it's very cool.
They should be cranking up in about 10 minutes inside the building with the program.
Wow, look at this.
Awesome.
Amazing. Wanting us up there.
Okay. I met Jesse Hyde outside. Oh, here you. I didn't see you snuck up on me there.
I appreciate everything you've done.
Well, you know, we're just getting started, but I think we're gaining on it.
But I'm a believer, man. Keep it up.
How you doing,
Good morning, Mitt. How are you?
I'm
Chad
fine.
Schroeder.
Hi, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Deanna. Nice to meet you, Governor.
So you guys new employees here are going to, yeah, fantastic. Hiya.
I'm Jody Heath. I'm the commodity manager.
Hey, Jody.
Trying to buy all that corn.
Yeah, buy it all right
That's
here.
what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do.
So before long, you might be buying corn cobs and things like that too, right?
We certainly hope so. It won't take very much of a different conversion for us.
Right.
We build some more storage space and we're ready to go.
Now, did you come in from somewhere else with Poet?
I actually know. I've been in the grain industry for about 17 years.
Outstanding. So you're a Hoosier, but I mean, this is a very important job you've got. So,
absolutely.
but you got hired here.
I did.
Yes.
I did.
I mean, I like it when, you know, talent comes in from elsewhere, but I like it more when they hire somebody who was already here.
I'm from Indiana, so.
Where exactly?
In Northeast Indiana, by Fort Wayne.
Where?
So.
Where?
Oh, Leo.
Leo, I've been to Leo. Leo has the same school fight song as my school. I was in some parade, and I heard the familiar refrain.
Yeah.
And I turned around, it was the Leo band. That was my high school fight song.
Are you serious?
North Central High School, same song. That's the Leo fight song?
Yeah.
Who can sing it? Hail our Panthers, hats off to thee, to our colors, huh? True we will ever be.
Oh, how fun.
Isn't purple the color?
It is.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I know Leo. Yeah, Larry, thanks for the business. We're so very proud to have you all here. And
We love it here.
you're going to love it.
We gave the governor special permission to hold a sharp object today. This is where the audience participation comes in. When I count to 3, go ahead and say, cut the ribbon. 1, 2, 3.
You're not sharp enough. Yeah. Just hi, hello again. Hi.
See you again.
Hi. Hey, how are you? So how come they stuck you guys way over here?
This is where they
Plant's a nice backdrop.
Oh, I know. It's about the camera, the picture. I got it.
Am I in the shot if I'm right here, Matt?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, you guys good? Yep, I'm good. Go ahead. How important is this to Indiana to have ethanol plants, and particularly large ones in Suffolk Valley?
One of the great things that's happened in the last 3 years, we've gone from nowhere now to national leadership in ethanol. We'll soon be a top 4 or 5 producer from a flat-footed start. And this plant, of course, contributes to that. This is the nation's leading producer. This is their 3rd investment in Indiana, and there are more coming. So this is great for rural Indiana, the small towns in it, like North Manchester. And great for the environment, great for America. Absolutely, we're going to move as fast as we can.
Talk about how this not only brings jobs to the plant itself, but to jobs to the communities that they're in.
Yeah, one of the joys of this rocket ride we're on in renewable fuels in Indiana has been that every single such plant is in or near a small town. Each one has been the first new investment in many, many years. So it's not just the jobs, the very excited people in there who've been employed here. It's the dollars they'll spend in our stores, in our coffee shops, and in all the ways that those dollars will recirculate in the community. This plant was built by Hoosier contractors, and so their workers have benefited. And the ripple effect of this is in the places where we need it most, the small towns we love.
And then I need to talk about the Wabash jobs, that the 200 jobs that we got over in Wabash.
Yeah. Well, some good news announces itself a little ahead of schedule, and that is one. I really can't say much more about it except we've been working on it very hard, just as we did this and the plant we announced in Versailles 2 days ago. Let me just say that I can confirm it is good news. It is coming, but I think we better, in deference to the company and the process, stop right there.
Sounds good.
Nice try, though.
I know. They told me I had to ask.
That's okay. That's a good try.
Actually,
just make sure that's okay with him. And you know, there'll be something to eat over there, I guess. For somebody who never goes out to lunch, I'm living large today. This is, I confess, the ones that are 500 jobs, 1,000 jobs at a time, gotta love those. But when we get 100 or 200 in a little town, honestly, I love it even more. I'm trying to figure out the best logistics here. Maybe over here. Well, no, but I'm conscious of the table of renegades over there who I accused him of getting, you know, to the. I always look to see like who takes the table closest to the door for the quick escape, and congratulate them on their good judgment. But they didn't notice there's no gate in that fence, so they're trapped here. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for the work you did to help us reduce and reform property taxation this year. 2008's going down as a very important year in Indiana history for that reason, and it wouldn't have happened without you, and I just want to tell you thank you very much for what you did. One reason I wanted to come by today is to remind you of something you know very well, but to implore you to continue your good citizenship. We got to finish that job. As you know, we're this close to locking in some of the lowest property taxes anywhere. Basically the lowest outside the extraction states, which are sitting on enough oil or gas or something that they have very few problems of any kind. And the caps, which you helped us think through and then put through into law. And I have every reason to be optimistic that a policy that sound, that protective of taxpayers, a policy that more than 3/4 of both houses in both parties have already voted for once. They will vote for a second time, which, as you know, is essential so that everyone can vote on it in referendum and make it permanent. I think it's going to be an incredibly positive thing for this state when we not only have brought down property taxes, the bills that have gone out so far are down 39% on average. There's just not a group of people better suited to help us do that with a record of effective advocacy than this group. So I'm asking you to apply your attention to that a little bit these next 2 or 3 months. Do it with a smile, of course. I mean, really, this is a great thing we're doing. I just want to say good morning. Mitch Daniels, my name.
You're who?
Mitch Daniels. I'm the governor of the state.
You're the governor of this state?
I am. Yeah. What's your name?
Hi.
Seriously?
Seriously.
List of local folks that like to speak to us, including the governor. First, I'll introduce the governor. Here's the governor.
That is my idea of a proper introduction.
What's 100 times 200?
20,000.